What's up guys, my name is Jimmy Champane and I just saw The Dark Tower. Now as you probably realized from my title, I didn't really like it all that much. It's not really a bad movie, it's just boring and it's a huge missed opportunity really from start to finish, and that kind of sucks. Since I was born, we've had a Stephen King adaptation every single year except for the year 2000, and some have been good, some have been bad, but if there was one movie that I really wanted to be great, it was this one. And I just gotta be honest, I feel bad for Stephen King because I know this is like his magnum opus and stuff, and it's just very disappointing. I'm just gonna get it right out of the way. Whatever you thought of the trailer for this movie is exactly what you're gonna think when you walk out of it. They show every good part from this movie. Every joke, every good action scene, every good character moment is spoiled in that trailer, and the way they frame it in the trailer is exactly how they frame it in the movie. This movie feels like an hour and a half, no, almost hour and a half long trailer. But the biggest thing that I think it does wrong, which is kind of ironic, is its script. The dialogue in this movie is just so tired and so forced, and just, it feels like they're just reading straight out of a book, and not the actual Gunslinger book, just any other teen novel. This movie feels like any other teen novel adaptation, and this isn't a teen novel. I mean, granted, The Gunslinger isn't really the best book in the series, but it's way better than this movie, and there's a ton of reasons for that. Matthew McConaughey in particular, I feel very bad for. The Man in Black just comes off super cringy, and it's 100% based on the dialogue he's given. He's kind of creepy, he's kind of weird. It's kind of the perfect role for Matthew McConaughey if you think about it in terms of what the character is in the books, and then you see how they realize him on screen, and it just doesn't add up. But the biggest flaw, again, is the dialogue. He just sounds stupid and cringy, and his powers are just kind of like he has God mode on all the time. There's really no stakes with his character, and when he exits the film, it's just like, wow, that's it? The final showdown in this movie, guys, it is something. It is bad. And that brings me to my next point. The CGI in this movie, oh my God. Now, you can do CG right. Look at any David Fincher movie. Look at The Jungle Book, which came out from Disney. That is all great CG. I have no problem with it, but wow. The CG in this movie is TV bad. It looks like a very, somewhere in between AMC and HBO, I would say, but this is a movie, and there are points where the CGI is good. The monster that shows up when they're in that forest where you see the Pennywise carnival entrance in the trailer, that monster looks really good. The end, when you see a building blow up, the building looks like it's from a PS2 game, and that's my next big point. This movie is just wildly inconsistent. There are good points. Idris Elba as the gunslinger, I know people were mad about this for some reason, and there really is no reason to be upset about him as the gunslinger. He's perfect. Like, he doesn't have a lot of dialogue, but whatever dialogue he's given is the only good part of this movie. He plays the character really well. He has a really interesting arc, and all of his action scenes are really good. I liked all of those. I have no problem, except maybe the last showdown, but like everything other than that was pretty good, start to finish. If you've seen Thor: The Dark World, my favorite part of that movie is when he gets teleported into the London Tube in the climactic end battle, and he's kind of just forced to be stuck in the tube with all those just normal everyday people, and that's kind of exactly what happens when the gunslinger is sent to Earth. The best joke from that is spoiled in the trailer, but there are some funny ones that kind of make up for it, and seeing him try to exist in Earth is actually pretty charming and just kind of goofy and cute, just how it should be in my opinion. As far as child actors go, the kid who plays Jake is fine, and I feel like I'd be a lot more accepting of him if I didn't just see Annabelle Creation, where Lulu Wilson was like basically perfect, but he's fine. He's gonna grow into a good character if the sequel to this movie ever gets made. I think he'll be pretty good. He didn't have great dialogue, but what he had to say worked for his character and how he acts. I know that sounds weird, but there really aren't many gripes to be had with him. He is a pretty decent actor. And as I mentioned before, the trailer spoils all the best parts of this movie, but the worst thing it spoils is every single Stephen King reference. Yes, every single Stephen King reference you've seen in the trailers is every single Stephen King reference in this movie. I think literally the only one, and this is the tiniest spoiler, I'll give you a 3, 2, 1 before, just skip ahead 2 seconds, 3, 2, 1, you see a Christine toy. That's it. That's the only one I didn't see in the trailer. Pennywise, the Overlook Hotel, all that crap you saw in the trailer, that's it. There's nothing more in the movie as far as I could tell. The soundtrack is just there. It's unremarkable, it's serviceable, it gets the job done, it winds up at the right moments, it plays the scary violins when it needs to, but it doesn't really do anything exceptional. And that brings me to my main big final point here. This movie is just boring. It has no heart. It was only made on a $60 million budget, it's less than 90 minutes long, and it feels like it. Everyone in this movie is just bored except for Idris Elba. No one wants to be there, and you can tell, which is just a joke because it has so much potential. Do I think the franchise is dead? No, they did a good job telling a coherent story and they left the ending open, and they did a much better job than The Mummy did on that front. Do I think the franchise will continue? Probably not, based on how much money I think this movie is gonna make. I did catch some reviews on my way home from the movie theater, and it seems like everyone else is coming down, I will say much harder than I am, but I know a lot of people don't like it. So at the end of the day, guys, The Dark Tower is just a mediocre movie. It's not really that bad, it's definitely not good, but it sits right in the middle. If I had to put a number on it, I'd give it a 5, and that just sucks because I really wanted this to be good. But at least we have it to look forward to, and Annabelle Creation next week. I don't know, but you should tell me what you think of The Dark Tower down in the comments below. If you're gonna go check it out, I'd love to hear what you think of it after you saw it. And if you like this video, it'd be great if you could hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. But anyways, guys, my name is Jimmy Champane, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.